Travel Robot presents Top 10 Things to Do in Illinois. Illinois is a great summer destination, but the state's vast cultural attractions and great shopping make it a great destination any time of the year. Chicago, often called the City of the Wind, is located on the shores of Lake Michigan. Known for its vibrant art scene, numerous cultural attractions, fascinating shopping, and interesting architecture, the city attracts visitors from all over the United States and around the world. Known for architects such as Louis Sullivan and Frank Lloyd Wright, and artists such as Picasso, Miro, Dubuffet, and Chagall, Chicago is a world-class center of 20th-century architecture and art. The city also has many sports, including American football with the Chicago Bears, baseball with the Chicago White Sox and Cubs, and basketball with the Chicago Bulls. Last but not least, it has beautiful beaches that stretch along its coast. And in the summer, it's bustling with sunbathers. When to visit Chicago may depend on your interests, especially if you're coming for a sporting or cultural event. But spring through fall are the best times for the weather. Here is the list to do things in Illinois. So before we get started, make sure to hit that like button. Subscribe to our YouTube channel for our future updates. Number 10. Willis Tower Skydeck. From the top of the Willis Tower Skydeck, visitors can enjoy 50 miles of sweeping views of 4 states and Lake Michigan. The Skydeck is located on the 103rd floor, 1,353 feet above the ground, and the ledge's glass floor extends from the side of the building, allowing intrepid visitors to look straight down. Another great place to see the city from above is 360 Chicago in the John Hancock Building. Tourists can enjoy the glass-enclosed observation deck or take in unique views from his glass tilt, 1,000 feet above the Magnificent Mile. Number 9. Millennium Park and Cloud Gate. Located in downtown Chicago, Millennium Park is part of the much larger Grant Park. Cloud Gate is at the center of the park and is a 110-ton polished steel sculpture. Inspired by liquid mercury, the curved surface reflects the Chicago skyline and tourists passing through its arches. Millennium Park also has the Crown Fountain. This is a unique modern interpretation of an ancient gargoyle, using projected images of Chicago citizens. The park also features the Laurier Garden, a seasonal garden that is free and open to the public. The gardens host special events, and the J. Pritzker Pavilion hosts outdoor concerts throughout the year. The park is centrally located near many of Chicago's top attractions and shopping areas. Number 8. Magnificent Mile in Chicago. A walk down Chicago's Magnificent Mile, part of Michigan Avenue, is a must for any visitor to Windsweep City. Shopping here is one of the best thing to do in Chicago. From convenience stores to luxury boutiques. Visit one of the great museums, restaurants, hotels, and other entertainment venues along the so-called Mag Mile. The John Hancock Building, restaurants, hotels, the Wrigley Building, and the Tribune Tower are just a few blocks away from one of America's busiest shopping streets, and the famous Navy Pier. Number 7. Reach for the stars at Adler Planetarium. The Adler Planetarium is far more than most children visit on a school trip, and all ages appreciate the shows and large-scale exhibits. Adler is proud to be the Western Hemisphere's first planetarium, which he built in 1930 on the shores of Lake Michigan. The planetarium includes his 2 domed theaters that offer a variety of shows, including Chicago's night sky, solar system, and lunar exploration. There are also extensive exhibits covering subjects such as life on other worlds, meteors and meteorites, space exploration, the history of science, and even the history of astrology. There are also several exhibits devoted to the work of marginalized groups, including women, Latinos, and LGBTQ+ astronomers. Of note are the excellent exhibits. Additionally, there is a collection of artifacts from past astronomers, including many antique and vintage sundials and telescopes. When visiting, make time for the skyline walk along the outskirts of town. It's a great place to take pictures of the city skyline just before boarding the boat. Number 6. Watch the water show at Buckingham Fountain. Built in 1927 as a family donation, the Clarence Buckingham Memorial Fountain is one of the largest fountains in the world. Designed in the iconic Art Deco style of the time, the central fountain is surrounded by his 4 seahorses, representing his 4 contiguous states on Lake Michigan. The fountains erupt hourly from 8 a.m. to 11 p.m., with nearly 200 jets ejecting 15,000 gallons of water every minute, creating an awe-inspiring spectacle. The water show lights up after sunset, a must-visit if you are nearby in the evening. The fountain is the centerpiece of Grant Park, Chicago's vast public space that includes many attractions and smaller parks. Including Millennium Park, which rivals Central Park, is one of New York City's top attractions. One of the park's top attractions is the museum campus, which houses the Field Museum of Natural History, the Art Institute of Chicago, the Adler Planetarium, and the Shed Aquarium. Grant Park also has several gardens and recreational facilities, and hosts events such as music and food festivals. Number 5. Field Museum of Natural History. Originally named Chicago's Columbia Museum, the Field Museum of Natural History was established in 1893 to showcase the biological and anthropological collections assembled for the World's Columbian Exposition. The name changed in 1905 to honor Marshall Field, the department store owner and art patron. The permanent collection contains approximately 20 million artifacts and specimens in various fields such as geology, botany, zoology, and anthropology. Of particular note are the permanent exhibits on ancient Egypt and the cultures of North, Central and South America, and Sioux, the world's largest and most complete Tyrannosaurus rex skeleton. There are special exhibitions that change regularly throughout the year. Number 4. See a game at Wrigley Field. Home of the Chicago Cubs, Wrigley Field was built in 1914 and is the second oldest Major League Baseball park in the United States, after Fenway Park in Boston. Baseball history including the 1917 no-hitter pitching duel between the Cubs' Jim Vaughn and the Reds' Fred Toney, and Babe Ruth's called shot during Game 3 of the 1932 World Series. Ballpark tours take place during the season, allowing the press to visit the boxes, fields and dugouts on non-game days. Number 3. Navy Pier. Located on Chicago's waterfront, Navy Pier is a great destination with all sorts of things to keep people of all ages entertained. Museums, restaurants, shopping, cinemas, and theaters are just a few of the options available. Highlights include the Ferris wheel, Chicago Children's Museum, Chicago Shakespeare Theater, a crystal garden that offers a tropical retreat even on winter days. Summer is the best time to visit Navy Pier, as some attractions are outdoors, but you can find plenty of things to do here year-round. Number 2. Chicago Riverwalk and Lakefront Trail. The Chicago River runs parallel to the shores of the city center, and is known for its many moving bridges. There are 18 bridges within just 2 miles, each capable of passing large ships. At the McCormick Bridge House and Chicago River Museum, you can see the mechanism of one of the city's most famous bridges up close. The Riverwalk has many restaurants and hosts special events throughout the year. Several river tours and cruises depart from the Riverwalk, with beautiful views of the city skyline and Lake Michigan. The fully paved Lakefront Trail stretches 18 miles from its 71st Street on the south side to Ardmore Street on the north side. It is open to pedestrians and rickshaws, and is lined with parks, gardens, recreational areas, and beaches. Many of the city's top attractions are on the way, including Navy Pier, Lincoln Park Zoo, and Soldier Field. Number 1. Enjoy a show in style at the Chicago Theater. Between the theater's distinctive signage and its striking facade, this stunning Chicago landmark is hard to miss. Built in 1921, the building's facade is modeled after the Arc de Triomphe in Paris, with stained glass and elaborate neon signs. The interior features French Baroque architecture, inspired by the Palace of Versailles. Visitors will find a grand lobby with ornate details and a sweeping staircase before entering the massive 7-story theater. Even if you don't have time to see the show, stop by or book a tour to see it up close. Today, the theater hosts a variety of stage performances by leading entertainers, from comedians to musicians. If you prefer something more intimate, head to the Second City on North Wells Street for nightly live comedy shows. This stage has seen many famous comedy performances. Includes the performance of Tina Fey, Bill Murray, and Steve Carell. That brings us to the end of this video. If you love similar content like this, take a look at my other videos. And if you like it, please smash the like button. And make sure you subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell. If you have further questions, feel free to comment down below. See you in the next video.